everyone, welcome back to another Marvel Legend review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the new Avengers Infinity War Build-A-Figure Cole Obsidian Thor. And if you haven't seen Avengers Infinity War yet, warning, spoilers ahead. And here is Infinity War Thor out of the packaging, and this is a really good figure. I'm really impressed with the articulation, with the way this figure feels in my hand. The plastic feels really good. The cape I'm not too upset with. It is all plastic, but it's not in the way at all because of the design. Aesthetically, I'm really happy with this figure. It looks great. The head sculpt I thought was going to look like crap. Actually looks really good in person. I'll definitely get a close-up shot on that. But this Thor is really impressive. Aesthetically, it looks great. There was not a whole lot of screen time of Thor in this costume. I want to say it was about a minute and a half. 1 minute, 30 seconds of Thor in this costume where he just shows up at the ending. I mean, this figure alone is an Infinity War spoiler. So, sorry guys. Spoilers ahead. So he shows up at the ending, and that's where he had this whole new uniform on. I guess when he picked up the Stormbreaker, it just revived him like fucking Sailor Moon, and he got a new uniform. And he showed up at the battlefield with this, and he's messed up all those monsters, and the ending was just badass. One of my friends actually did an edit where when he shows up and it's the Pink Floyd song, and that is how that scene should have went down because it was just totally hype. This figure's really cool. We'll go ahead and dive into it. I do have some gripes with it, not anything major. For the most part, I am very impressed with this figure. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at his articulation, the details, and everything like that. And we got a bunch of size comparisons here already. So let's go ahead and dive into this figure. The head sculpt on this is actually really impressive. I actually thought it was going to look kind of bad, but having it in hand and messing around with it and looking at it at angles and, different lighting and stuff like that, this head is really good. To tell the truth, in person is, you guys could be the judge in person, but man, this head looks really great to me. It looks kind of bad in packaging, but once I open it up, I was really happy with this figure. He even has that little scar above his eye and the scar in his hair. The beard looks really good. Yeah, really happy with this. It looks great. Looking at his cape, it looks really... Oh, shit. So some details that I really like in this figure is the design right here. Because Thor has always had these little 3 bolts on him. Those look really good. And then I like the way that the cape flows back. And I really like the black little harness that goes down the back right there. That's really cool. And then the entire cape looks good. The way it flows down like that. And it doesn't hinder his back or anything like that. I love the way the arms have that armor on there. It looks really good. And then the wristbands look really good. Going down to his pants, the design is really cool. You can tell that has like an armored texture to it. And then going down to the boots, I love these boots. They look really good. Feet look good. Knee pads. Really good design. And then there's Stormbreaker right there with Groot's arm wrapped around it. And the electricity. It's a really nice looking figure. And here is a close-up look at Stormbreaker. And it's got pretty good detail in it. I'm going to take this off. Attaches right there, just kind of wraps around the handle right there. So yeah, let me get it to focus. Yeah, the iron looks really good. All the little details in there are there. You can see Groot's fingers wrapping around it. Same thing on this side. Hammer looks really good. Axe looks really good. Those details are really nice in there. Then Groot's arm is really cool. Has the little handle parts right there. And the electricity fits right on there. Just gotta wrap it around. And you're good. For a kind of odd comparison, here's Thor next to the Ragnarok 2-pack Thor. And I don't know what it is, but this new Infinity War head sculpt just looks amazing. I gotta hand it to them. It was a really good head sculpt that they made this time around. If you guys haven't got this figure already, just wait till you have it in hand. This head sculpt is great. And for a pretty cool size comparison, here's Thor next to the Infinity War Build-A-Figure Thanos. I like this pose. It looks pretty cool. I don't know how I felt about Stormbreaker destroying his whole beam and everything like that. But yeah. Here they are side to side. Pretty cool scale with each other. And for another size comparison, here he is next to Infinity War Captain America and Infinity War Spider-Man. I did not like the head and the hands that came with that Infinity War Spider-Man, so I went ahead and threw on the Ben Reilly fists that fit perfectly in there. And then I threw the 2-pack Spider-Man head on there. But I like the way he sizes up next to Captain America and Thor. And I like the way Cap sizes up next to Thor and Spidey. But that head sculpt is horrible. I really wish they put as much effort into that head sculpt as they did the Thor one. Because Thor's is amazing, but this Captain America one, that does not look like Chris Evans. But yeah. Alright, now taking a look at his articulation, he can look right and left really well. He can look up really well and down. His arms can 360 with an upper arm swivel. Double jointed elbows. Wrist swivel and hinge. And this torso swivel is actually really impressive. I really like it. It goes back really well and forward. So it does have really good range there. Legs kick out about that much. Kick up about that much. Double jointed knee. Ankle hinge and pivot. Really, really like this figure. So overall, I really do like this figure. I think the 3D printing, the head sculpts, whatever they did, came out really good. I'm very impressed by it. I did say it before, I never really cared about movie figures, but after Infinity War, I definitely want to get these figures. Just the Infinity War figures. I definitely want to have a display with all these guys. The movie was killer. If you guys haven't seen it already, too bad. We've already been talking about spoilers. Thanos was an awesome villain. Thor was the only person who even compared to him. You know what? I do want to go into a little bit of spoilers. The beginning of the movie was when Thor was getting messed up by Thanos. I think that Loki is still alive. Loki has faked his death so many times that he could have absolutely done it with Thanos. You know, how does Thanos know that he was actually dead? I mean, he tricked Thor before. He tricked Odin before. So I really think Loki is still alive. If you listen to what he said, the light will shine on us again, brother. You know, he has a plan. He meant to die so he could do stuff in the background. I definitely think he is still alive. But I loved how, it showed that Thor was still trustworthy of his brother, they was still getting messed up and everything, and then he put the stone to his head, and that was just awesome. But yeah, the movie was great. Thor's whole role where he was with Rocket Raccoon, calling him Bunny or Rabbit, that was awesome. And then he actually knew Groot. He actually knew Groot's language. That was super awesome. And then you get to the planet where Peter Dinklage was, and they forge the Stormbreaker, and that whole Thor's entire bit in the movie was awesome. And I loved how people went and expressed that Peter Quill just lost everything too, but he was all depressed and psychopath about Gamora dying. Thor had just lost everybody, and he was still smiles. He was still all about defeating Thanos and helping everybody in the glory of battle. So I mean that was an awesome point of Thor. But I'm really tired of people complaining about Star-Lord, complaining about this and that. Come on, guys. If you've read comics before, you know what's going to happen. You know all that shit doesn't matter. Time travel's going to happen. If not that, reality. You know, it's just... It's such an easy thing to fix. I mean, Gamora got it in the comics. If Gamora gets it in the movie, I won't be surprised. You know? But they're definitely going to throw us in for a surprise, so I'm definitely excited for the next movie. Let me know what you guys thought about what I just said. That was some pretty interesting stuff, I think. So if you guys haven't already, please hit the like button. Please subscribe. Leave a comment. Let me know what you guys thought. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.